Greetings. Tony Davis coming to you from MOE Public Speaking Leadership Academy. I want to ask you a question. Do you believe that a positive mind will find opportunity in everything, and a negative mind will find fault in everything and everyone? In this thing we call life, people get wounded. Wounds come in many different ways. Wounds can come from mental abuse, verbal abuse, physical abuse. Wounds can come from emotional traumas. And those wounds can lead to a whole bunch of different other isms. Like drinking, for instance. Drinking can start out as something just to do, something just to release the tension for the moment. And then drinking can become a habit. I read a quote that says, "You don't know you have a habit until it becomes too heavy to let go." And I can say that I lived that. I remember drinking. And I remember starting out as a young man, hanging out with the guys and smoking the cigarettes, smoking the marijuana, and drinking beers for fun. But then it became a habit. It became something that I had to have. Because it began to cover up those wounds of fear, doubt, lack of resources, and it became something that distorted my thinking. And from there it led to other harsher chemicals. And it wounded me. Actually, it didn't wound me. It opened up the wounds. It opened up those wounds of being taken advantage of as a young man and going through some changes as a young man, and covering those things up. And it brought about trauma. It enhanced the trauma. It enhanced those wounds of hurt, pain, doubt. And once again, it became an addiction. It became a habit, something that I had to have. And it caused those wounds to cut deeper. And every time I didn't have the substance to cover it up, it was almost like someone was pouring salt right into the wound. And it burned. So I had to find something to cover that up. And it was either alcohol or another substance. In order to come up out of that, I had to find some help. I had to reach out. But before that stage, I had to hit rock bottom. And I thought rock bottom was it for me. I thought I had no other opportunity, and that I was going to die in that state. Because I felt less than, I felt unworthy. But there was hope. There was another way. I had to take it upon myself to follow the direction of someone who said, seek some guidance, seek some help, seek some support. I didn't want to seek that support because the alcohol and that inner voice, because we all have two voices. We have the voice of reason that says, I don't want to do that today. That's just too much. Let me just get one more day. Let me just get one more drink. Let me just get one more whatever it is. And then you have that other voice that says, no, this is what you need to do. Do what you need to do. You're worthy. You have an opportunity to grow. You have an opportunity to live. God didn't put you on this planet by mistake. I heard another quote that said, out of so many millions of sperm, only one made it to the egg, or only one made it through. And that was you. And the other sperm died off. So you were chosen for a purpose and a reason. Find out what that purpose is. Find out what that reason is. Don't be afraid to reach out for help. When I began to let go of some things, and one of those things I had to let go of was that reasoning mind, was that self-doubt that I allowed to guide me. I allowed to direct my path, but also to keep those wounds of affliction open. There are some wounds that we look at and we don't even remember them being there. And there are some wounds that have healed on the outside, but are still active on the inside of our minds. Keep in mind, in our minds. There was a commercial that said, a mind is a terrible thing to waste. There's another commercial that had a star that would come over. And it was saying that the more you know, the further you go. And you are a star. And I had to place myself in that realm. But first I had to reach out and find some help. First I had to go and admit that I had a problem. And that's the first step, is admitting that we have a problem. Once I admitted that I had a problem, I was able to get some help, and I was able to help myself. Today, after many, many years of being in the recovery process, and the recovery process comes not just in alcoholism, drugs, but the recovery process comes in an emotional recovery process, a mental recovery process, a physical recovery process, because there are people recovering from multiple things. When I say multiple. There's mental retardation. There's PTSD, OBDD, CCC, whatever it is that they title it as. Today, allow yourself to reach out. But first, reach out to you. And if you're going through something today, you're dealing with some emotional wounding, don't allow that emotional wounding to keep you in the couch, to keep you in the dark. Allow that emotional wounding to become fuel, to lift you above that dark ceiling. Because above that dark ceiling is light. It's just like when the clouds hang low and the skies are gray. We know that there's a bright, warm sun above that. And that also reminds us of who we are. That, yes, the clouds are going to hang low. They're going to hang low. However, above those clouds is a bright light, a warm sunshine. Remember, you were chosen out of the many. Because that's what I have to remember on a daily basis, especially when that reasoning voice starts to speak to me. No, Tony, you can't do that. No, Tony, you got too many things going on. No, Tony, you're not going to make that. You're not going to do that. No, Tony, they're just waiting for you to fail. But I can't worry about who's waiting for me to fail. I can't worry about those folks. There's something called let them and let me. Let them think the way they're thinking. And let me change my thinking. Find something to stay positive about. Find something good about you. Just like I had to find something good about me. Yes, I'm a good person. Yes, I have something to give. Yes, I have something to create and continue to move forward. Yes, there are people that love me. Yes, there are people that trust me. And yes, I can love me more than anybody else because I have to love me more than anybody else. I am the most important person. And so are you. Today, if you're going through something and those emotional wounds are opening up in the mind, you have people reminding you every day of what you did in your past. Move yourself away from them. Because they're going through something and they want you to be there with them. Make a decision, make a choice to move out of that. Get into a different energy. And remind yourself of who you are and what you are. Sometimes those emotional wounds are not there to hurt us. Sometimes those emotional wounds are there to allow us to grow. Allow us to see how resilient we are. If you can't, reach out and ask someone for some help. It's okay. Reaching out and asking for help is a sign of strength. Not reaching out is a sign of weakness. And there's nothing weak about you. Nothing. You're the strongest person on this planet. You have a purpose. Stay positive in all things. And there are 3 P's. Patience, persistence, and positivity. And that comes from Les Burr. Continue to practice those 3 P's. If you haven't practiced those 3 P's, start practicing those 3 P's. Stay patient, persistent, and positive. Tony Davis, coming to you from MOE, Public Speaking Leadership Academy. If something resonated with you in this video, or you think that it could help someone, please like, share, and comment.